think this is a surprise. Tim Cook's done a great job of trying to be in the good graces of Trump, and I think that I was surprised when I saw it. And so I think that the decline in the stock has been this partial market, there are less disclosures around iPhone units, and I think the third is some of the negative chatter outside of the supply chain. That's been impacted, but this is something that's incremental.
Gene, if this got much worse, how difficult would it be for Apple to move production of its Chinese aspects of its production to the US?
It's probably easier to move the moon off its orbit than it is to shift iPhone production back to the U.S. And so I think that we're talking about something that would take 5+ years to do. There's near 1 million people, even with the cuts at Foxconn, that work on Apple products in China. I mean, this is a massive undergoing. So it's easy to talk about, extremely hard to do.
I think ultimately most of the retreat in the stock have been concerns that the iPhone growth is slowing and may go negative growth. And this has always been the fear about Apple. We've seen this a couple times historically, that hardware is a very tough business, and iPhones are typically hardware. Typically prices go down, replacement cycles elongate, and margins go down. And that's what we've seen in the PC business. So when we start to hear about dramatic cuts from the supply chain in iPhone production, people start to think, oh boy, the iPhone now is 5 times more expensive than the average smartphone sold globally ex-Apple. So the average iPhone today is $800. The average smartphone outside of Apple is $170. And so the fear is Apple has priced itself ultimately out of the market. It's a mature marketplace. Anyone who can afford an $800 phone already has it. And ultimately, at that price, the incentive is to try and keep it longer. And that's the worry. And because it's 60% of the profits of Apple, if that business looks like it might go down, that has significant implications.
There's certainly some elasticity around the recent Apple designs. I think that the length of time with which people have been holding on to their phones has been going up. So the new cycles are taking slightly longer. I mean, $1,000 is a lot for a phone. One of the nervousnesses that I've had with Apple has been this sort of continuous innovation and whether there is enough. And for me, I don't really feel driven to buy the next new model, but I think empirically they have managed to do just enough and price it just right to drive that upgrade cycle.